Hi, dear viewers. Well, now we are going to deal with a practical course of the Adobe Experience Design. In this session, we are going to work with two projects. One of them is a web application, and the other one is a mobile. We are going to analyze them together and see which options they contain and how we can work with them. In the first project on web, we are going to design a desktop player the way you are seeing right now. You will have, for instance, such items as a list of singers, a list of their songs, and finally a player and a timeline that is contained on it, other icons that are visible to you. We want to design a very similar player here. Uh, as a matter of fact, I have done my best so that we will set up in a very simple manner the techniques that we can use over the course. We could be working with various projects, but because you are in the beginning stages of the work, in order to be able to design such a UI, you need to design the items that I have mentioned to you and the researching part that I have repeatedly reminded you of in all my courses. So make sure to get them learned, check different UIs, different user interface, and see how they are and how they work, and see which colors have been used in them, how they have been designed. All of these are the items and necessities that in order to become more adept in Adobe Experience Design you would need. And you should know that by designing such a user interface, you won't become a professional. You need to keep practicing so that you can handle the items that you are looking for and have been looking for. That's the first point. The other point is that after we are through with this web, or we get to mobile, and in the mobile, through some researches that I have done, I have chosen restaurant app, and we are going to design this app. This restaurant app starts with a login page. We make the necessary connections and analyze the prototypes and see how they are so that we can perform these projects in a thorough fashion and with much accuracy. So if you agree, we start working on the first project of ours. Okay, here, as you can see, I want to make a copy from this so that I can start working with this in a much more thorough fashion. I don't hit file new, I just base my work on this and start performing the main functions using the basic techniques. Very well, I delete all the items on this initial page because I want to design them from the scratch one by one, and I'm going to show you how each part is designed. We want everything one by one so that you get to know how we can design such an interface. Very well, I have set all the necessary files in the project source for you that you can download and use later on your projects. You can use it in other projects as well that you might come across. What I do is to design a header first. I draw this header for me on top like this. We don't need a border. We just have to be careful about the margins. I have zoomed in a bit on my page so that you know how and what things are happening. Very well, I go back a little bit and everything's all right now. Okay, that's up to here. What I want to do now is to use the colors of this project. That is, I choose this one, certain color code, I copy it, and set it over here. Okay, that's how it is done. The second item that we need here, we have three items: discover, playlist, and album. We want to design them one by one after the other. So I use the text, of course. Before that, I need to have a grid here so that I can start working on the grid. Okay, which is like a chart that gives us more detail. Of course, this grid has 12 columns. I need to change it, change the number of columns to 14 so that I will be able to include more details. Okay, so what we do here is, here we have three items. We don't need that. Here I set 3 text. Okay, let's check the names. Alright, discover, playlist, and album. Okay, so here what I do is I write discover. Now I try to make or apply some differences compared to the initial project that I showed you. With the initial design, we don't want to have it exactly as it was shown to you. We want to make some changes. So it would be discover, album, and play list. Okay, that's up to here. I set the grid like this so that we can see how things are working. Okay, we have a space here. I need to set up this one over here as well, and this one right there. I set it here. Okay, like this. We need to have this in a way and in a fashion so that we can work with it. Okay, we need the icons. I do my best so that by zooming a little bit I will be able to see all the necessary details. Remove these and move it here. I copy and zoom back, and finally I paste it over here. Okay, that's our discover button that we have. Alright, okay, I go to the next item that I have. I zoom in so that I can remove it. Okay, here I paste it and zoom in to align it exactly the way it should be with the item that we need. Okay, let's see now. Can we use a space? Have this over here, and this one we move it a little bit. Well, that's up to here. And the next item is album. The icons have a 3G suffix because they are being as a vector, and they have a high quality. As a result, I set this here, and finally the way I do it like this, I move it down, I do the settings. Okay, alright, I check this out and see if they're alright and if nothing's wrong with them. Okay, I make it a little bit paler, discolor it so that I know what's going on. I can see the contrast and see the way things are standing. Okay, very well. Now I go to the next album. Our next album is the frame that we have there. the items that we have here. I can have it like this. Okay, I can make or add a space and draw these to here, move it a little bit to the side. That's it. And let's see. Okay, this item should be completely white. It shouldn't have a border. So I remove the border. I remove this. Okay, and finally, it is very simple. We can copy some pictures from here so that we can work with them easier because they have already been curtailed and modified. I paste them here like this. I zoom in to see what's going on and how it looks. Okay, Dua Lipa, famous and hot thing. And that's up to now. I go to this item. I try to copy and paste the items that don't need designing and designs other items instead. Spend my time on such things as buttons, which require more details compared to a mere picture. I set this over here with a space. Okay. And finally, this item would be set right there. I just need to click on it, send back, and the rest take care of the rest of the job. Very well, and now we get to the next item over here that we have. I copy this. I paste it here, and let's see. Okay, let's see what we got over here. That's right. Okay, it should be white. Let's check it. I guess it is back. Well, yeah, let's choose this one. Let me see how it is. Okay, that's it. Now I check this out. Of course, I can remove this. Okay, that is in the folder related to this subject. Very well. Alright. Now here, I guess I need to have it here. Yeah, here it is, the item that we are looking for. That's it. Right on the button. Here. Okay, I zoom in a bit and see how it is. That's okay. Very well. So that's up to now. We have a list. Inside this list, we have 2 buttons here as well. I try to have these items so that next to them I would be able to analyze other options. We talked about how to make buttons in the previous session, and we gave you some details. So here I won't be repeating myself. I just give a color and change the background closer to yellow color. Okay, that's it. And now the other contents which are inside, I want to set as white, set it as black. Okay, that's it. And this item over here, like this. Very well. Now that's up to here. We go on with the job in the next video. Alright, in the follow-up, we analyze the other items. Here we design the buttons. Now I want to change the border colors. That's going to happen from this part. I want to change the color, but this change, let me see, let's change the contrast and the brightness. I hit back and start from here. Okay, very well. Now let's see what other items I have over here. Very well. And this one in the same fashion. In fact, I use this color for the border so that I can make it more beautiful like this. Okay, that's up to now. We go to the next item, which is this list, the items that we have here. I copy and paste these so that we know how they are. And finally, we take care of the next items. This project is not really challenging because you have experience using all this stuff, all these techniques, all these procedures. You've been dealing with them from other programming courses. Here I set this item like this, okay, so that we see how they are. And finally, this object, that is the scroll bar, that's here. When you want to design the scroll bar, it is quite easy to do. You just need to use this line. I zoom in. Exactly here I draw this. Okay, you can use either a line or a rectangle. It is easier to use a line. We draw a line. We increase the width so that we see how they are, and we just need to make the corners round like this, and you just need to change the color inside to the same one that we had. If you use this color code that we saved before like this, quite easy to do. It's nothing challenging to be dealt with. The more experience you have and the more work you've done before, the easier things will be for you in the coming projects. Okay, I use these items again and copy and paste them over here. Here I paste them several times. They're going to be necessary, the same thing that we are going to use over the place to see how things are. Okay, very well. Up to here again I copy and paste. We couldn't make things the way we wanted to. Now like this, let's see, I'm thinking maybe there are some changes that could be applied so that we could improve the state of things dramatically. Very well. Now one more. Okay, yeah, that's absolutely going to be necessary. We can copy and paste it again like this. Okay, now here we have actually done good up to now, and we have succeeded in analyzing the items that were necessary to know and be dealt with on this topic. I removed this grid so that you would have an overall view of the job that we have done up to now. This one shouldn't be placed under this line. This should be on top when we use a range, and this one, it would be set exactly on top So I set it here. Okay. It is clear now, very well. And finally, we go over there, here. Okay, I copy and paste this section. We're going to need it applied in other places. Let's see how things are here now. If it works okay, move it a little bit to the right. And this is aligned with other items above it. We move this one to the left, and this is the last option. We try to make it a bit different. I change this and move this to here. Okay, that's it. And this one, and we go to the next item. What is the next item? It is this bar that we have